Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Have you been looking for me? Well, guess what? You found me in the kitchen with Angela, Creole Roots. I'm in my house. I know it's not a weekend, it's a weekday, but I felt like doing something nice and I'm going to bake some sweet potato bread. So, welcome, welcome, welcome in my kitchen, okay? If you guys don't know, I'm Creole Roots from New Orleans, all things New Orleans. I cook food how I like to cook it, okay? So I'm in my kitchen today. I've been mashing up some mashed potatoes because these are actually, sweet potatoes. So I've been mashing them up and I'm gonna go ahead and drop the sweet potatoes in. I could say this is about 2 cups of mashed potatoes, okay? I like to leave little lumps in my mashed potatoes because I'm making bread. I even like to leave lumps of mashed potatoes. I like to leave them in my sweet potato pies too. I like chunky bits in mine. I think it gives texture and I like it. So I'm going to be using cinnamon. You know I don't measure, but if you need a recipe, I got that for you too. You start off with a teaspoon of cinnamon, okay? So I'm also gonna be using, instead of using baking powder, because this is a bread, I'm using baking soda. This is the kind I use, and it's gonna be about 2 tablespoons, okay? So let me go ahead 1 second. So I have 2 tablespoons of that's my 2 tablespoons. 1, 2 of baking soda, okay? Push that to the side, and then it's always a half a teaspoon of salt. And people don't understand, salt works well with sweet. It balances out your dish. This bread normally calls for canola oil, but I like to use real butter in my dishes. So it's a whole cup of canola oil. So what I'm using is a whole cup of real butter, okay? Then I have to use 3 1/4 cup of flour, okay? And also I have to use sugar. I'm gonna be using quite a bit of sugar, okay? That's 2 1/4 cups of sugar. So I have my brown sugar here because I think brown sugar is the best. Oh, this is rice, sorry. That was funny, laughing moment, but I caught it. So we don't want rice, okay? So I have my brown sugar here. It's just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and dump the rest in there. I'm going to be getting more brown sugar, okay? So that was almost a 1/2 cup right there. So I need 2 cups of sugar, okay? Because I already used brown sugar. And this is not your average regular bread. This is sweet bread. So this is sweet potato bread. Okay, so that's what I'm doing, okay? So I already put my brown sugar in there. So I'm going to add 2 full cups of white sugar, granulated sugar. 1. And I'm not treating this like a cake. You sift cake flour. So I'm not treating it like it's a cake. So I'm not sifting anything. Okay, that's 2. Okay, so then you also have to use, I'm going to use cream. Okay, and I'm going to use 4 eggs. And what else do I need? A little water. And of course my 3 1/4 cups of flour. Okay, so I'm going to start by getting my flour in. First I need to put on my attachment. And then I have my vanilla here. It's a teaspoon of vanilla, but you know me. Yeah, that was more than a teaspoon. It was probably 2. So I'm gonna start letting this blend together. I have my 2 sticks of butter here, which comes out to 2 full sticks of butter actually turns into 1 cup, okay? Because they're both equal to a half. So I have my butter. Okay. So that's all of my butter, you guys. Okay. All right, getting that incorporated real nice. I have my spatula here. Just scooping the sides down so we could get all the ingredients in. Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and add 4 eggs to my bread. Okay, 1, 2, 3, making sure I didn't get any shells in there, and then 4 eggs, okay? So there you have it. That's my 4 eggs. I'm gonna push this to the side now. All right, so what we started off with was our puree from the sweet potatoes. Now I'm gonna start adding flour in, okay? So in a little cream, and then probably a 2/3 cup of water, if that, okay? But I'm gonna incorporate this first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add my flour. Now that I have that done, I'm going to start adding my flour in. That's 1 cup. And then we have 2 cups. So I'm going to let that incorporate. Remember, I'm not sifting my bread because it's bread. You don't have to sift the bread unless you want some light and fluffy bread, but this is supposed to be pretty thick and hearty. So no, I'm not going to do that. This is the 3rd cup of flour. Right here, 3rd cup. Scrape your sides down. And I already have my oven preheated on 350. And I have my little pans ready. So my liquid is going to be cream. I don't want to do water. I'm going to do a 2/3 cup of cream. This is heavy cream, like pet milk or whatever. Yeah, that's what this is. So that's what I'm adding in mine. Loosen up the batter a little bit. It's thick. Then if I need to, I'll add some water, okay? All right, so I'm gonna add about 1/4 of a cup more. Not too much more flour, just a little bit. Okay, and that's about it. I add a little bit more cream to that batter, and then I'm going to let it go ahead and blend. So this is basically my sweet potato batter, okay? All right, so just scrape down my batter. And I do have a battle. I have a paddle for batter. Just didn't pull it out, but you should use a paddle. So I've incorporated all my ingredients. My oven is on 350. Okay, we're gonna cook this bread for 35 minutes. Okay, sweet potato bread is in the house. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my pans down, get this out the way. All right, move all this stuff that I don't really need. We'll take care of washing that up in a little bit. So I hope you guys enjoy the stuff that I do and bring before you. But this sweet potato bread is gonna be delectable, I tell you. I'm going to put it in the 350 oven for about 35-40 minutes, okay? So, let me get my spatula here. Make sure all my ingredients are good. I like to use my wooden spatulas. Yeah, they got the nice good chunks in there too. Yeah, so there you have it. Look at that good batter. Isn't that pretty? So, I'm going to go ahead and get my pan sprayed. And you know you're going to see my finishing touches. So this is the spray I use, okay? I felt like cooking, so I said I have sweet potato bread left from Thanksgiving. So let me make use of it, right? Yeah. So that's basically what I wanted to do. Make use of what I have instead of throwing it away. That just don't make no sense to me. Throwing away some good stuff you can turn into a bread, right? So I'm going to just plop this in here, and I'm going to have enough for several loaves of bread, okay? So it's still going to rise because we use eggs and baking soda too. So I could get about 4 out of this, I guess. I love to cook. I love to bake. So we're going to go ahead and get this bread in the oven. I always hit the bottom of my pan to let it settle and to keep air out, which cause holes and pockets in your food, okay? So I'm going to put this in the oven. I'm putting it on the middle rack, bottom. So then you're going to see the finished bread. I'll be back to you to join back with you and show you my finished bread in a minute. I always get something on me, but that's what washing machines are for. I never use my apron. I need to start using my apron, but I didn't. But it's okay. So I'll get back to you guys in a little bit once the bread is ready. Okay, I'm back in the kitchen. Okay, we're doing sweet potato bread. It's time to pull it out the oven. So I have 2 loaves in the oven. I did check them to see if they were ready. You take a toothpick and you stick it down the center. And I'm going ahead and pulling my first loaf out. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Sweet potato bread at your service. Haha. Go ahead and dump that bread out. Then I'm going to get the other one ready. Here's the other one. Isn't that bread beautiful? It smells so great. So I'm just dumping them out the pan, and they come out really easy, okay? It's because I sprayed the pan. But look how beautiful the loaves of sweet potato bread is. I'm going to go ahead and flip one over. And it's very moist. There's one I flipped over. You see that? Just gorgeous. So I'll go ahead and flip the other one over, and I'm going to let them cool down. Before I wrap them up and distribute them to people, I'll go ahead and let them cool all the way down. But I'm going to go ahead and get my other two in the oven. 350. It turns out I needed to do at least 45 minutes, okay? So thank you so much for joining me. This is In the Kitchen with Angela, Creole Roots, all things New Orleans, doing things my way, my kitchen, that's right. So follow me on IG, which is Instagram, also Facebook, and you know, my YouTube channel, Prepping, always in the mix. My head is spinning. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. I know I'm goofy, but you love it. Bye.